What's up, good people? Welcome back to Matter of Fact. Subscribe for more content. Hit that notification bell so you're informed when I drop something new. Go ahead and drop a comment if there's anything that you hear that you want to chime in and put your 2 cents in. Today, I want to discuss mental fitness. This day and age, the popular form of fitness is physical fitness. The body does break down. We start to lose efficiency with the body. And in some ways, we push the body beyond our known limitations, right? And we do that through a process called maxing out. Maxing out is when you generally don't know what your top weight or the highest amount of weight that you can lift is. But maxing out is finding that highest amount of weight that you can lift and lifting it until your body can no longer lift the weight. So I'm led to believe that we should do this with our mental abilities as well. So the 3 keys to mental fitness would be emotional intelligence, which correlates to strength, vulnerability, which correlates to cardio, and resilience, which correlates to mobility. So emotional intelligence essentially is the ability to recognize your feelings. With your emotional intelligence, we should use the IQ method. And it's also referred to when dealing with emotionals, the EQ method. IQ is pretty much judged on a person's ability to reason and provide a solution through reasoning. So I'm led to believe that the same reasoning can happen with our emotions, right? So emotional intelligence, EQ, would be the ability to recognize your feelings, the ability to understand how you're responding to those feelings, and to do that without judging yourself. In my opinion, feelings help us to better understand what's going on in the world, and not just in the world, but in our world, what we're experiencing. So again, it's extremely important for mental fitness to understand what's going on internally and accepting that, good or bad. The EQ aspect helps us to relate to others, develop empathy, to listen without judgment, and to respond to people in a thoughtful way. So I'm gonna share a quick story where the EQ is used, right? And we're gonna check out the results. So in the first example, let's use no EQ. So a husband and wife are at dinner, and as they're eating, the husband decides to make a joke. Hey babe, I can't wait till later on so I can rub on your love handles. It's a joke to him, and he even actually laughs after he says this. The wife takes it personally. It's not a joke to her, it's an assault on her. She feels attacked. So what does she do? She shuts down, she orders another glass of wine, and ultimately internalizes everything that she's feeling. So obviously, the night begins to shift, and it's shifting downward, right? So they're no longer talking at the table. Her energy's changed. She's really ready to get out of there. So they end the night, and essentially she winds up going to bed upset. And that lingers internally until the next time that they have a blow up. And then at that point, she might go ahead and decide to say, hey, well, this is what happened the last time you made that joke, or this is how that joke made me feel, right? So now let's turn on the EQ. The husband and wife are sitting at dinner, and he tells the joke. Hey babe, I can't wait till later on so I can rub on your love handles. So the feelings still exist. She's still hurt behind what he said. She understands that, she recognizes that. But then the empathy phase kicks in. Not just for her, but for him. So she understands that as my husband, he knows that I've dealt with some weight management issues. And as the wife, she knows that he himself has dealt with some weight management issues. So she's not really sure if he's deflecting, his feelings about himself onto her and trying to be funny. She honestly doesn't really believe that he's attacking her intentionally. But what she does do is she expresses that to him. Hey, honey, what you just said really hurt my feelings. It's put me in a bad place mentally. So with him knowing that, he apologizes. Lets her know the place that the joke was coming from. Lets her know that he'll be more mindful and that he'll do his best not to have that happen again. So ultimately, they both order another drink. The conversation continues and begins to get lighter. They wind up laughing the night away, going home and having one of the best nights ever. So that slight adjustment with turning on that EQ allowed her to recognize her feelings, allowed her to empathize with whatever was going on, allowed her to reason with herself, which in turn allowed her response to be conducive to finding a resolution. And ultimately, that's the bottom line, is resolutions are everything. Problems exist, but resolutions are everything. So I want to share 4 ways with you that you can work out your emotional intelligence. The first way will be to stop pushing emotions away, which essentially means don't bottle it up. Feel what you feel. Try to understand why you feel that way. And find the best way to express it. The second way is to see or identify emotions as data, right? So now you sit back and you figure out, what is this data telling me? What are these feelings telling me? Number 3, be specific about how you feel. And go beyond the surface. Because yes, at the surface, you may be angry, you may be sad, you may be mad. But there's generally levels to it, right? So we don't start off just angry. We may feel a little disappointment, we may feel a little shame, we may feel a little discomfort, we may feel like it's unwarranted, and we might even feel attacked. And all of those things happen before the ultimate feeling, right? And then 4th, express it differently. Express your emotions differently. So what that looks like, instead of saying, I'm nervous, you can say, I feel nervous. Just that slight alteration, that slight change means everything. Because to say, I'm nervous indicates that the nerves have taken control, which means that you are not in control. The statement, I'm feeling nervous, puts you in the driver's seat. It allows you to come up out of that feeling. So again, emotional intelligence is extremely important when we're dealing with humanity and humans. I like to say we have feelings for a reason. They're supposed to be tapped into. They're supposed to be used. They are not supposed to be bottled up. And the best way that you can find clarity on how you are to express those feelings is to turn on that EQ, is to increase your level of reasoning and address it from there. And hopefully makes you a little bit better than you were yesterday. So go ahead and drop a comment if you agree, if you disagree. But what I'm here to do is to evoke that thought, is to create that spark. I believe as individuals, it is up to us to make the adjustments within us, if we deem this necessary. Because I can want all the change in the world for you, but you definitely have to want it for yourself. And again, mental health is just as, if not more important than physical health. So get healthy, my friends. Stay healthy, my friends. It's just a matter of fact.